Our family has this favorite place up in the woods just north of our house. And we started coming here a couple years ago doing some camping, and now we come up just on a whim on the evening when we think, hey, let's just go eat dinner up in the woods tonight, because we know it does something good to us when we're out here. We see that in our kids. When we come out, the things that they were arguing about or complaining about or feeling frustrated with seem to just sort of melt away when we come out here. And it's the same for my husband JJ and I too. We come up here and whatever seemed like a big deal when we were at home, somehow it's just not that big of a deal anymore. We just feel good when we get out here.
Why are a bunch of trees, why do I hear a bunch of trees cracking?
I think because they're tall and it's a little windy, and sometimes the branches knock against each other. It can be so helpful for us to come out and get up to a high spot out here. Even just in Iowa, we can find a little peak that gives us some perspective. We get up higher and we can see that we're only seeing this very, very small section of our small community. That's just one state in the much larger country, in the enormous planet that we live on. The world, the forest, the earth outside of our reach is like God's original word of life. There's a much bigger story around us that's unfolding that God has written without us needing to have control over it, and it's headed somewhere good.
If you don't like chipmunks, then you don't like yourself.
Hi, how do you think that?
Because everyone's nature and a chipmunk's nature.
If I'm honest, I want to control the circumstances in my life to make sure it's all just pretty and it's all put together the way I want it to, the way I want it to be, and it's not going to cause me any pain. But that's not really the reality of our lives. And out in the forest, with as much death as we see out here, there is just as much new life. Death and resurrection all around us.